Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Woodbine Mohawk Park. On this Tuesday morning, we have qualifiers coming up. 5 qualifiers in total for today. 3-year-olds and up will be on the track. Horses for the first qualifier making their way onto the surface. They'll be called to the gate in a couple of minutes. Starting gate now, moving for our first qualifier. Field of 6 from the inside out. Amazon Duara, Denny Guriel, Menza, Sylvain Filion, Great Dane James McDonald, Glass Nickel Louis Waugh, Valley Hanover Trevor Henry, and number 6 Full of Muscles, also listed to be Trevor Henry. We'll get that driver change for you in a second. Starting gate to the top of the stretch. Trotters are picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and trotting. Full of Muscles goes from the outside with a good beginning. Following that one out is Valley Hanover with Paul McDonnell in the sulky. Down along the inside, that is Amazon Duhara, who pushes ahead. Getting away in fourth was Menza, who will then be followed by Great Dane, and your early trailer is Glass Nickel. Into the first turn they go, and Full of Muscles is looking to make it to the front. Full of Muscles and Trevor Henry lead it by a length at the opening quarter in 30 seconds flat. The Trotters will swing into the backstretch off a 30-second opener. It is Full of Muscles. Full of Muscles, the gelded son of Muscle Mass 3-year-old, was a OSS Super Finalist last year, finishing third in that championship race. Also competed in the Mohawk Million. Leads this one by 2.5 up the backside. Amazon Duara racing second. Valley Hanover is in third. Then back to Menza in fourth. Great Dane fifth. And Glass Nickel is your trailer sixth. Past the half in 59 seconds flat. So kicking it up 29 seconds even in that second quarter was Full of Muscles. And it's Full of Muscles, the Brad Maxwell trainee, on the lead. Leading this one by 3 with 5/8 of the mile now complete. Amazon Duhara is back there in second. Then racing in third continues to be Valley Hanover. Fourth is Menza, Great Dane fifth, and Glass Nickel sixth, continuing to move along in that order with no change to this point, and 3/4 reached in 1:26 and 4. Big third quarter there for Full of Muscles, 27 and 4 in that third split. And into the stretch, it's all Full of Muscles. Second qualifier of the season for this sophomore, and he's got a lead of over 10 lengths. Amazon Duhara is back there in second. Valley Hanover on the outside. Looking to come up the inside is Menza. Then it's back to Great Dane, and Glass Nickel made a break on the last turn. Coming to the line, it'll be Full of Muscles to win it. Full of Muscles stops the clock in 1:56 flat. First qualifier of the morning goes to number 6, I should say, Full of Muscle, 3-year-old gelded son of Muscle Mass. Trained by Brad Maxwell, driven to victory by Trevor Henry, coast to coast in 156 flat. Won a 27 and 4 third quarter before coming home in 29 and 1 to take it by 8 lengths. Order of finish, Amazon Du Hurrah was second, Menza third, Great Dane fifth, Glass Nickel sixth, Valley Hanover fourth, and Full of Muscles was your winner, as mentioned, in 156. Qualifier number 2, 3-year-old Pacers. Scratch number 4, Better Kiss the Men. Inside out, we got Shadow and Red's Honey, Sylvan Filion, Pam Demick, Brett McDonald, Pretty Diva, Chris Christoforou, She's a Gamer, Louis Waugh, Better's Entity, Mark McKinnon, You Are a Surprise to Me, Phil Houdon, and Samson Blue Chip, Michael Whalen. Scratch down to a field of 7 for the second qualifier, picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and pacing. Sluggish beginning there for Samson Blue Chip, driving away from the center and out to a nice beginning. That is She's a Gamer. Getting away in second is You're a Surprise to Me. Then racing there in third is Pretty Diva. Followed fourth by Pam Demick, going back then to Better's Entity, Samson Blue Chip, and Broken Equipment for Shadow and Red's Honey. That one will be pulled up by driver Sylvan Filion, avoiding any mishap there. Looks like a broken hobble on that one. Opening quarter was 28 seconds flat. And into the backstretch they go, and all by herself. This is She's a Gamer. She's a Gamer leading it by 3 lengths. Back in second, You're a Surprise to Me. Big gap then back to Pretty Diva in third, who's followed by Pam Demick in fourth. Fifth is Samson Blue Chip. Then sixth is Better's Entity. And as mentioned, pulled up is Shadow and Red's Honey. They go past the half in 57 and 1. And that is She's a Gamer, the daughter of sports writer, continuing to show the way. It's all She's a Gamer as they go into the final turn. Right behind her is You're a Surprise to Me. As they head towards that 3-quarter marker on a bright Tuesday morning here at Woodbine Mohawk Park, She's a Gamer. Opening quarter was 28, half was 57 and 1. Continues to lead it. Following, though, is You're a Surprise to Me. Then third is Pam Demick, Pretty Diva, Better's Entity, and Samson Blue Chip, 126 and 2 into the stretch. She's a Gamer, trying to fight off You're a Surprise to Me on the outside, who looks to muscle on by. And then widest of them all coming on, that is Samson Blue Chip. 16th to go, and striking the frontier is You're a Surprise to Me, and You're a Surprise to Me is going to win it. She's a Gamer, did the heavy lifting. She'll finish second. Samson Blue Chip was third, and then it was Pam Demick, followed by Pretty Diva, and Better's Entity, 155. Here we go with the third qualifier. Field of 5 on the trot. Scratch number 1, Mischievous Rose. Chris Christopher drives the 2, Heavenly Lady. And Paul McDonnell drives number 6, J.R. Wheeling. Inside out, starting with number 2, it's Heavenly Lady. Chris Christopher, E.L. Miss Ellie, Tim Jacobson. Tour in the Town, Jody Jameson. Lindsay Treelane, Trevor Henry. And J.R. Wheeling, Paul McDonnell. Trotters swing into the stretch, picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and trotting. This group of 5 is sent on their way to what is a very even beginning here in the opening 1/8 of the mile. 3 across, 2 to dip in behind. On the far outside, that is Lindsay Treelane. Between horses, it is Tour in the Town. To that one's inside is E.L. Miss Ellie. Then we go to Heavenly Lady, and taking to the pylons, J.R. Wheeling is racing in 5th. Breaker going into the first turn. Offstride went Tour in the Town. That one between rivals made a miscue as the opening quarter was trotted in 30 and 2. So trying to get to the front is Lindsay Treelane, and that 3-year-old filly will touch down on the lead as they swing into the backstretch. Leads this one by a couple of lengths over E.L. Miss Ellie. Third is Heavenly Lady. Right behind that rival is J.R. Wheeling. And now resetting, but well back, is Touring in the Town. 2-length advantage up front for Lindsay Treelane. 1 for 3 this season. Also with a third mixed in there. It's past the half in 1 minute and 4/5. So that's back-to-back 30 and 2 splits. On to the final turn they go. It is Lindsay Treelane, the daughter of Royalty for Life, leading it and looking to extend the lead. E.L. Miss Ellie is in 2nd. 3rd, Heavenly Lady. J.R. Wheeling is right there 4th, and now coming to the outside for McDonnell, and way back to our trailer, Tour in the Town. So separation on the front has been created here by Lindsay Treelane, who opens up 5 on them at 3/4. E.L. Miss Ellie is 2nd. On the outside, J.R. Wheeling, and now 4th is Heavenly Lady. 1:30 and 4 for 3/4 into the stretch. 30 seconds even in the 3rd quarter. It's Lindsay Treelane. Lindsay Treelane, the leader. J.R. Wheeling now, trying to make up that ground, is into 2nd. Still a few lengths away, but coming towards the inside. Drifting out a little bit was Lindsay Treelane, but still holds a lead of 3 lengths coming into deep stretch. J.R. Wheeling will finish in 2nd. Then it'll be E.L. Miss Ellie, followed by Heavenly Lady. 2 minutes and 4/5 for Lindsay Treelane. Getting set for the fourth qualifier. Few driver changes to point out. Number 2, Lady Oxford. The driver will be James McDonald. And number 6, Boots and Brian. It'll be Michael Whalen. Also note that number 2, Lady Oxford, does wear hobbles, is no longer free-legged. The final horse of this 6-pack for qualifier number 4, just making his way up into the far turn. So the starting gate's going to move into position in just a moment. Here is the field. 1 is Santa Cruz Sealster, Phil Houdon. 2, Lady Oxford, James McDonald. 3, Double Tiger, Robert Shepard. 4, Shelton Sealster, Matt Dupuis. 5, Joe King, Trevor Henry. And 6, Boots and Brian, Michael Whalen. That's your group of 6 for the fourth qualifier. Starting gate now in motion. Starting gate swings into the stretch. It's a field of 6 for qualifier number 4. They're picking up speed, and here they come. And they're off and pacing and coming away well from the outside. That is Boots and Brian along with next door neighbor Joe King. Towards the inside, Lady Oxford to get away in 3rd. Slotting in behind will be Double Tiger from the rail. Santa Cruz Sealster got away 5th. And 6 is Shelton Sealster. That's how they get situated going into the first turn. A little wide is Boots and Brian to avoid the shadow. Now Boots and Brian will look to cut across to the pylons, heading to that opening quarter, which is coming up next. And Boots and Brian didn't like the next shadow, so got a little green there. And for the 8-year-old, he did not like the shadows, no doubt about that. That's going to end up leaving the leader being Joe King. Opening quarter was 28-1. So certainly not green, that 8-year-old Boots and Brian. He'll get it straightened out in the center of the track. He's racing out there in 3rd. No more shadows the rest of the way. Meanwhile, up front, it is Joe King by 3 lengths. Racing in 2nd is Lady Oxford. Boots and Brian probably could drop in 3rd. There was a little bit of room there. Racing in 4th up the backside, Double Tiger. Followed in 5th by Santa Cruz Sealster. And then 6th is Shelton Sealster. The half was 57-1. So that was 29 seconds in the second quarter. And as they enter the far turn, it is Joe King, the 5-year-old, showing the way for Trevor Henry. Now here's Boots and Brian on the outside up to the leader's wheel. Inside 3rd is Lady Oxford. Moving on the outside now up into 4th is Double Tiger. Down along the inside as they go around that turn. We go back to Santa Cruz Sealster, and your trailer is Shelton Sealster. They head to 3 quarters, and it is there in 1:26.4. Off the turn and into the stretch, it is Joe King. Joe King into the lane with the lead. Still some steering difficulties there for Boots and Brian, who is wide off the turn, coming through the center. That is Santa Cruz Sealster and Lady Oxford. Less than 1/8 of a mile to go. Lady Oxford a short advantage. Far outside, Shelton Sealster just going to sweep around them all. Had to take the long route, but gets around Boots and Brian out in the center of the track, and Shelton Sealster is going to take it. Boots and Brian will finish in 2nd. Lady Oxford was 3rd. Then it was Double Tiger, followed by Joe King and Santa Cruz Sealster at 1:57 flat for Shelton Sealster. Getting set for our fifth and final qualifier on this Tuesday morning here at Woodbine Mohawk Park. We have got a field of 9. There are no scratches. Couple of driver changes to pass along. Louis-Philippe Wall will drive number 1, Nimbus Deo, and Phil Hudon will drive number 4, Sheena Soldier. Inside out, Nimbus Deo, Louis Waugh, Noblesse du Hurrah, Denny Guriel, Dark Guy Scott Young, Sheena Soldier, Phil Hudon. Cruising on by, Mark Etzel, Gab in Motion, Jody Jameson, Cheeses Murphy, Chris Christoforou, Run Director Sylvain Filion, and Free Willy Hanover, James McDonald. Off stride is number 6, Gab in Motion. And they're off and trotting. Here in the final qualifier this morning, Gab in Motion made that break before the beginning. From the outside, as expected, hustling out of there is Free Willy Hanover, along with Run Director Cheeses Murphy. Then Noblesse du Hurrah is inside 4th. Settling in behind is Sheena Soldier in 5th. 6th is Nimbus Deo, followed 7th by Dark Guy. Then we go back to cruising on by 8th, and then well back to Gab in Motion. To the opening quarter they'll go, and here on the outside is Run Director coming around Free Willy Hanover. The opening quarter was trotted in 28 and 3. So Run Director settles down on the front now, leading it by a length and 3/4 over Free Willy Hanover. Those two, by far, the highest earners in this group. Those veteran trotters getting back on track here, putting in the work here this morning, and they get some separation. It's Run Director, followed by Free Willy Hanover, Cheeses Murphy, back to Noblesse du Hurrah in 4th. Then we go to Sheena Soldier in 5th, followed by, that being Nimbus Deo. Then we go back to the final 2, Dark Guy and cruising on by. The half was 57 seconds flat, and on to the final turn they go. 5/8 of the mile now complete. It is Run Director the leader. Free Willy Hanover trying to track them and stay right with them to 3/4. And then it's a big gap back to Cheeses Murphy there in 3rd, as a few of them get underway, making moves on the outside. 3/4 was trotted here in 1:26 and 3. Off the turn and into the stretch, Run Director, second qualifier on his comeback trail. He's got the lead, looking to go all the way now. Free Willy Hanover is back in 2nd, and then as well back to Cheeses Murphy, far outside. Nimbus Deo finishing up well, and some trot in the center coming from Sheena Soldier. And here in deep stretch, Run Director is going to close this one out, winning it, getting separation on at the end to take it by about 4 lengths in 1:55 and 2. Free Willy Hanover was 2nd. Nimbus Deo was there for 3rd. Sheena Soldier was 4th. 1:55 and 2 for Run Director.